Hello everyone, so today I want to discuss eclectic spiritual healing, the only kind of spiritual healing that I really know. Eclectic spiritual healing for me means that we add a bunch of different traditions together, figure out what works, and continue that practice for ourselves. Now, this requires much experimentation, much understanding of a variety of different systems, but if we find out the individual practices that work for us in particular, then we can add them together and create a kind of internal spiritual tome, source of knowledge, and sometimes external, if you want to write this all down, that will help us heal in times that we need to heal. And today I'm feeling especially low on energy because I was just in an accident yesterday, car accident. I'm not going to go into detail, but I am feeling very low energy and I'm feeling a little beat up. Now, let's just discuss some of the basic methods that I'm going to be using here. So, 7-day candles. They're some of the best candles to use for any spiritual work. You light one, and it becomes the center of your ritual space, basically, if you want to use it that way. So you have a platform upon which to turn all of your other actions in a way. Next, I'm going to go ahead and discuss oils. Now, there are different kinds of oils for different things. Some oils you can even order on Amazon that are pre-made. This is called Crown of Success oil. This oil is kind of a pagan combination of different herbs, olive oil, and a little bit of perfume slash cologne in order to make it appeasing to the nose. But there's a lot of potential in oils like this if you know what's in them, if you know the ingredients, and you are accustomed to the ingredients. You understand them in a way that you will understand how they will interact with you spiritually. This Crown of Success spiritual oil has worked for me very well in the past. So what I'm going to do with this is actually first rub a little bit of it, just get a little bit on my finger, and then rub it around this white tea light candle. Tea light candles are great for burning small amounts of oil, focusing your practice, spreading out because they're real cheap and real small, and they burn up, within a couple hours. Spread them out, put them in a formation that will aid the energy of your ritual to come to fruition in the way that you wish. Allow the placement of your candles to direct the energy you wish to manifest. Now, I'm going to light this oiled candle, and I can put it right here in front of this oil burner that is right in front of this 7-day candle. I could put it right there, and I could leave it right there. But what I'm going to do with it instead, so that I can display kind of the oil burner, is put it right in this slot underneath the oil burner. Now, there's plenty of different kinds of oil burners out there, and there are plenty of ways that you can use them. But how I usually use them, of course, you always want to burn oil in them generally, but there are many different combinations, and you can sometimes put herbs in them as well. Now, I'm going to use this same Crown of Success oil, use an eyedropper here, and drop about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drops of this oil into this oil burner. And then you always want to combine purified water with any spiritual oils that you're going to burn. Otherwise, you'll get a real residual, nasty texture to the energy that it provides. So, and sometimes you can even smell the fluoride in the drinking water. So, then add quite a bit of purified water here to the oil combination. You can stir it up a bit with the dropper here. Stir it up a bit so it's nice and combined as much as it can, because it's mixing oil and water. You don't get a real fine combination of the two, but you can mix it up a bit. Make sure that that it is diffused as best as possible. So since I have this tea light candle underneath this oil burner, like most oil burners operate, it'll slowly evaporate the water with the oil in it, so that there's this general haze of whatever kind of oil you have in it. If it's supposed to increase your energy, that is evaporated into the air around you. If it's supposed to focus your mind, then that focus is evaporated around you, and it's easier to take in, and it's dispersed around the room that you're burning the oil in. If you are trying to gain strength, then it is best to inhale deeply. Come to the oil burner and inhale deeply periodically in order to really get that into your muscles, into your bones, into your bloodstream. It's not just a residual effect like some other oils, but if it's an oil that provides you with strength, you want to make sure and just take it all in and breathe it in, even kind of animalistically, like just huffing it in as much as you can. Try to breathe as you want the oil to work. If it's a calming oil, you want to breathe calmly. If it's an energizing oil, you want to straighten your posture and breathe in stiffly, but evenly. And of course, if it's meant to provide strength, then you want to really huff it in and feel and kind of move your body in a way as you're breathing it in. Now, there's a few other things I'd like to describe. This is a chakra bracelet. This has 7 different gemstones on it, and these gemstones are aligned to every single chakra that we have. It's supposed to purify the energy of every single chakra along our spine. The 7 main ones. There's actually over 140 actual ones, but there's 11 main ones, but usually people recognize the 7. For the sake of this bracelet, it's only realistic to recognize 7 of the main ones. But if you put something like this, a chakra bracelet around your wrist, even if you have another bracelet on there like I do with my loyalty to the gods bronze band, as your blood circulates throughout your body, goes into your arm and out, the energy from your chakras will, of course, be traveling with that blood. It has the same kind of circulation, and it will be more easily purified, through a chakra bracelet, purifying bracelet, if you have one of these. And you might notice the effect immediately. It might take a while. You might not notice it at all, but it's something that you can also do to heal yourself spiritually. Now, let's move on to, like I said, with chakras and stones, there are also very elemental stones that are meant to either ground you. They're oftentimes associated with chakras, but not always. Stones that you have in your pocket or that you hold and kind of move around in your hand, they are usually just of one stone, and they are meant to do a specific thing for you. This particular volcanic stone, from lava, that I etched the rune Uros into, which is the rune for strength, primordial strength, the spirit of primordial strength, and then added a little bit of my own blood onto that rune, into this lava stone. It's been a great talisman for strength for me, and it's really helped ground me. By ground me, I mean that it has allowed me to not feel as if my thoughts and my body and my mind are drifting off, but I'm feeling grounded and secure when I carry the stone energetically. Some stones, they might lift your focus to your third eye. They might let you see beyond time and space, give a mild enhancement in order to aid you in seeing beyond time and space. Some stones might generally help your heart chakra. They might allow your heart to open just a little bit more to the energies that it's connected to. The lotus of the heart is connected to the infinite. And when that lotus opens in the heart, and this is all not literal but figurative, but also energetically literal, then your connection to the source of ultimate love, of unlimited love, and infinity beyond that which is material is increased. So it just depends on what kind of stone you want to carry, as far as carrying a big stone in your pocket that you want to focus your energy in a particular way. This is, once again, a volcanic stone, and this is used for grounding and strength, which is what I carry it for. That's why I etched the rune Uros on it. Now, this is a Tibetan prayer wheel, basically. There is a certain prayer in bronze around the wheel, and then the purpose of the stone from the chain is to, as you spin it, that prayer is supposed to be magnified, and ideally you want to say it's like Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om. But even if you don't, supposedly, it's supposed to allow that prayer to, even if you don't say it, to generate around you by spinning this prayer wheel. I found it mildly successful, which is more than I thought. And this is a very small one. This is a very basic one, but they're much bigger a lot of the time, and a lot of the time they're also mounted on walls where you can just run your fingers along them and they all spin as you walk by a particular area. So I'd also like to discuss white sage. White sage smudge sticks are one of the just most purifying herbs and methods of purification that I've ever come across. It's so basic. You burn this white sage smudge stick. You light it until it's got a a good amount of smoke coming out. You don't want it completely on fire, but it's generating smoke right now. And then as it burns, in order to smudge your body to cleanse your energy, you can kind of run it along the edges of your body, the front of your limbs and torso, and then the back. And of course you want to get the front of your head and the back and above, and then you run it along the basic outline of your back, and then the basic outline of your limbs. And you might want to say something like, I purify myself with this holy herb. 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 And as you do that, don't light your carpet on fire. But as you do that, I purify my body with this holy herb. I purify my body with this holy herb. You will feel a definite increase in a lifting of negative energy that you have on you, assuming you're really focusing on the task. You can also just let it burn in the shell, and a shell with holes in it for ventilation, for air to come in for the white sage is ideal. But you can also just let it burn in a shell and move it around your room. You can place it in the corners of your room, kind of run it along your walls, the whole outline of the room, a little bit in the middle circles. And you can do this throughout your whole house and really purify your whole house, lift a little bit of negative energy. It's not going to purify everything, but it will lift a little bit of negative energy, and it's very useful and very cheap, very useful. So I'd highly recommend getting it. We can already see this water evaporating right here. Right here, what I have on top that I'm putting all this on is an altar cloth. It is a Wiccan altar cloth that I'm using. It's one that I like very much and I use quite often. And an altar cloth is basically meant to be the staging ground for all your spiritual operations in different practices and different spell work you're doing, and different divination or working with the gods or spirits. You put everything on top of this, and it becomes the canvas upon which you paint your spiritual traditions. And this particular one I love specifically. I would highly recommend getting an altar cloth, and one that is meaningful to you. This one has, of course, the upward star with a circle around it, and two moons on either side, traditional Wicca symbols. But I find that having that star at the center really makes me want to elevate and work whatever I'm working with in order to elevate myself. Because when the star is facing upward, it's the ascending star. When it's facing downwards, it's descending. Of course, since I always hold it upward, you can imagine which side of that I'm on. Now, this is basically a bell. These are singing bells from Nepal. They have Buddhist prayers on the top of them, mantras, but they produce a wonderful sound. And you might want to do one ding between each mantra that you recite. And now we're going to go ahead and get to the mantras. Now, the two mantras that I want to talk about is Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om. Like so. Now, Om Mani Padme Hum is a very popular and very old Buddhist mantra, which is basically making one's body, mind, and spirit like that of a Buddha. Turning your mind, body, and spirit into the mind, body. Let me rephrase that. Mind, body, and speech. Mind, body, and speech to that of a Buddha. So you're purifying your mind, body, and speech. Now, speech may seem weird to put with the mind and body, but it's sometimes you can call it spirits, because speech is an action of will. But speech is, from everything comes speech. Action in this world can be thought of as the speech that we commit to this world. But what we say becomes what we do. What we say, what we think about, how we talk becomes an outline for how we're going to develop in the future. And it's always important to recognize that. So, and becoming a Buddha, everybody in Buddhism is meant to become a Buddha, is meant to become an enlightened soul. that is not bound by materialism and is no longer bound by suffering, and sees past that, experiences past that, and becomes an aid to every other person who seeks to become a Buddha, reach nirvana. I'm being very basic here. Reach nirvana, that state of nothingness that is attached to nothing and is free from everything. So that's the mantra, the Buddhist mantra that I want to talk about. Now I would like to talk about the protective Hindu mantra that basically it's a protective mantra that is tied to the goddess of battle and war. Now, battle and war. So Durga is war and Kali is battle. So these two sides of the goddess that I worship, Kali Ma and specifically, but they can be thought of as not just in battle and war, like literal war, but the battles we fight each day and the wars we fight each day, the war of our life, and the battles conquering desires and fears, different ones, until we are free from them. Constantly fighting battle after battle until we free ourselves more and more. And sometimes we're defeated, and sometimes we are defeated in a battle, and we have to return to the same battlefield and fight again. But no matter what kind of spiritual problems you're having or what kind of spiritual development you're working towards, this mantra will help and will protect you spiritually. Now, to be protected by a spiritual mantra, sometimes it's tied to a god, sometimes it's tied to an energy. This particular one is tied to goddess. So, this mantra is Kali Durga Namo Nama Om. Om 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 Kali Durga Namo Nama Om. The mantra basically says, I beseech or pray to you, Kali and Durga, two sides of the goddess that aid us in our lives through the battles that we fight each day. Once again, the vast majority of the time not being literal battles, but figurative battles that every single human being has to fight. So, Kali Durga Namo Nama Om. And Namo Nama sometimes translated as well as not mine. A recognition of, okay, this, nothing is mine. I ask you to help me out of mercy in a way. But hey, that is basically all that I want to talk about today. Also, if you're burning herbs in the shell, you can also use a feather to kind of fan it around an area. That's one thing I didn't talk about. But hey, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been interesting. This has been a video about eclectic spiritual healing. Basically everything that I do is eclectic. I combine different systems and I try to make it work for me and hopefully try and show you a way that it might be able to work for you if you want to try it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has been interesting. If you like this video at all, hit that thumbs up down there in the comments comment section below. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or you want to contact me, feel free to message me in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Patreon and donate just $1 a month to help what I do, to help me make this channel into something even better. For just $1 a month, you get a little bit extra content. I write articles on Patreon that I do not write anywhere else. So if you want to donate to me, just go to www.patreon.com/darkrealist, capital D, capital R. Once again, www.patreon.com/darkrealist, capital D, capital R. For just $1 a month, you get a little extra content, and you can help out what I do on my channel, and you can really help the channel grow. So, hey, I hope all of you have learned from this video. I hope that you can spiritually cleanse yourself and move forward and protect yourself in your life spiritually as well. And may all of you have a wonderful day.